Hey guys, today we'll be making these solid wood nunchucks. And if you don't have a lathe, then instead of the turning part, you can skip the turning part and just get maybe square piece of wood and then plane all the corners off for it to be an octagon. So here, using my roughing gouge, I'm turning this octagon into a spindle. And you can actually skip this part if you don't have a lathe because these nunchucks will work fine if it's octagon shape. Next, I'm going to smoothen it with my flat chisel. And here, I'm just going to clean and rough out the whole workpiece. Just like the other video, I'm going to be marking out my nunchucks. And in this case, I'm marking them out at 10 inches. But you might want a 11-inch one or a 12-inch one if you're bigger. But 10 inches is already good for me. Next, just waste away some material in the end, maybe 1/4 inch. That's why I forgot to tell you, but I made the 1/4 inch line before marking my 10 inches. I'm sorry. And then here, I'm just going to round the end. And you should also do this to the other side, just so that your nunchucks will look better. But it's also optional if you don't want. After that, I'm going to finish it right now while I haven't cut it off because for me it's easier to put on a coat of wax or oil while it's still spinning in the lathe. But it's also possible to do it after you've removed it from the lathe. You can use a flush cut saw to do this, but I'm using my miter saw to just remove the ledge and keep on paring and paring it down until that ledge is gone. Next step is I'm just going to cut the nunchucks off and leave the center in because I'm not gonna use the center and now that has just turned into a scrap piece of wood. And now I'm just putting the wax on both sides of the nunchucks. So in both of the nunchucks, I drilled 2 holes. One at the top and 2 a little bit smaller ones on the side. And also do this for the other nunchuck. Okay, so we'll be using this type of cord. I think it's nylon, I think. And what we're going to do first, and you might want maybe a tweezer, a dental pick, or a nail to just help you if you need. But basically you put this here, okay, and then you use something to get it out the other side. Then feed it through the second hole and out the other side. And yes, I switched from voice to audio record. I don't know why I stopped talking. And there. And now what you're going to do is to put it back into the first hole and up the top again and create some sort of loop. And I would recommend using maybe some sort of thinner cord. If not, then I really recommend making the holes bigger because to be honest, I took more than 10 minutes just wrapping the rope around the nunchuck. So yeah, that would be really recommended. Next, here I'm just doing some adjusting so that both pieces in the two ends are almost like the same length. Just so that it's easier to wrap it around the second one. And here, you're just gonna pick one of them. It doesn't matter which one. And then you're just going to wrap it exactly the same way as the first one. Okay, and another 5 minutes later, I was able to wrap up the second piece just the same as the first piece. And it also took long. And now we're ready to tie a knot. So here I've cut my rope shorter so that I don't need to cut any excess or I don't waste that much rope. And what you want to do here is just either a double knot or a triple knot. And it should be strong enough to hold because you're going to jam it inside one of the nunchucks. So here you're going to keep adjusting the string so that the knot will be jammed inside one of the nunchucks. It doesn't matter which one. Just try to get it in there, and if it stays in there while you pull it, then that should be really good. So I had fun making this, you know. It's a little rough because I didn't spend that much time sanding, and also you see those, it was because I was just throwing it around. And this isn't the hardest wood, but it also isn't the softest wood. And yeah, this cord is holding up really good actually. So I think even a thinner cord would work better. And if you want, you can chisel out a recess in here so that the cord here won't stick out like this and it will be a little bit like in there. But I think it's gonna be a little bit harder to wrap the rope around it, but I never tried it, so I don't really know and I can't just say that. So yeah, that would be it for today, guys. Bye.